What's up, everyone? This is Tommy with O'Leary Holiday Lighting. Just making a quick little video here. Uh, I put out like a little minute and a half long Facebook reel. I guess it's on Instagram and TikTok. But just kind of telling my founder story. I guess those are supposed to be a big deal, have them pinned to your page and whatnot. Uh, so I was like, yeah, I'll make one. Whatever. And I know I had a tripod. I don't know where it is. My phone's propped up on my laptop right now. That's the best we've got. I'm just gonna kind of tell my story because I feel like it's a little bit wild, not really wild. A lot of the business owners have the same exact story as I do. Um, but like looking back, I'm like, wow, this has been quite the ride, I guess. So I'm gonna start back in high school. I was I wasn't like incredibly smart. By no means was I a valedictorian. I also wasn't dumb either. Did sports, did the extracurriculars, the whole shebang, and it was a fun time. And then senior year rolled around, and it just blew my mind that the question was, where are you going to college? Not, oh, what are you planning on doing? What do you want to do after school? It was, where are you going to college? I didn't want to go to college, right? I was like, school's all right, but I could see like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of college. I think a lot of people go into huge amounts of debt, especially when my classmates are going, "Oh, well, I'm going to K State. I'm going to KU." I go, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And they go, "I don't know." I was like, "What?" I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I knew I dang sure wasn't gonna go to college for 4 years and hopefully figure out what I wanted to do during that time. I was like, that's insanity to me. So I skipped college. I started plumbing houses, jumped around, started working for a plumbing company. I changed companies, mostly doing new construction, residential plumbing. Uh, I learned a lot. Like it was super duper useful. My boss always used to tell me, "You should be paying me for all I'm teaching you." And honestly, that couldn't be more true. Like honestly, if you don't know what to do, start working in a trade. Like you cannot go wrong with that. I mean, I guess you can. It depends. It depends who your workmates are, who you're working with. Uh, but I mean, if you avoid drugs, then go for it. Uh, but I learned a lot plumbing, and then I was on TikTok, right? Still really didn't know what I wanted to do. Like plumbing was good, but I was like, I can't do this my whole life. Um, so I was on TikTok one day after work, just scrolling, and I saw, I think it was Oliver Lester. I was like, this is how I make $1,000 a day cleaning windows. I was like, what? No way. Uh, I was like, because I didn't even realize that there were window cleaning companies out there. Like, I didn't realize that was even a thing. So I ignored him. I could tell he was kind of blowing smoke up some butts. Which I don't think he actually is, but he was obviously just trying to sell something, right? Nobody puts out content like that if they're not trying to sell something. Uh, so I looked into it and I was like, oh man, that this is a legitimate thing. And so the next day after work, I went to Lowe's and got like the whole setup. I was like, I'm gonna clean windows. And I got home and I told my parents, and they're like, Tommy, that's got to be the dumbest thing you've ever said. I'm like, oh. Which just made me want to do it even more, right? Like, oh, okay, we'll see. And we saw. I started doing some stuff on the weekends, just kind of putting my name out. Hey, I clean windows, and I was like pretty busy. And at this time, I had decided, you know what, I'm gonna be a firefighter. I'm gonna get my Fire One, Fire Two, all those certs. Uh, so I went to took about like 2 months off work from the plumbing, and my plan was just to start cleaning windows after that. Um, and I got back from school there with all my certs. I still had to take my EMT stuff, which that was a 2 semester long deal with 4 hour night classes 3 days a week. So, like, very manageable, right? And I was just going to clean windows. That's all I was going to do. And I got home from college. My dad's like, well, now what? I'm like, well, I'm going to clean windows. And so the next day I went out, I tried to get some storefronts and I just failed miserably. I was like a nervous wreck. I'm like, I just can't go in and talk to these people. And finally I went home. It was like 5, you know. I'd tried all day, sat in my truck, uh, like 5 o'clock I went home. My dad's like, well, did you clean any windows? No. And he's like, when are you actually going back to work? So I called up my plumbing boss. Hey, can I come back? Um, I ended up plumbing for months longer than I needed to, just because my dad did not approve of window cleaning. Thought it was stupid. Um. Anyways, I kept doing it on the weekends when I wasn't working and wasn't going to school, and then for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row, I made more on the weekends than I did the whole week plumbing, and I'm like, we're done, we're done. So then I went full time into the window cleaning, and it was all right. I was making pretty decent money, really. I never did any door knocking. I am not a door knocking fan. Uh, I know people that just kill at door knocking, but when it comes to actual like knowledge on the processes, it's over their head. I sold my water fed systems to this kid. I had to explain to him how it worked. He's like, "So is the pump good on these?" I'm like, "Dude, there is no pump. There is no pump. Do you know what this? Do you know what you're even using?" And they go out there and they just sling it, do a terrible job, but make bank. Uh, anyways, that's besides the point. I was doing pretty all right. Winter time rolled around, right? Like it was October, and mainly my dad. What are you gonna do over the winter? I'm like, dude, I'm the best window cleaner that there ever was. I'm just gonna clean windows over the winter. I was wrong. I was dead wrong on that. Uh, like end of October, everything just shut off. I quit getting calls. I'm like, ooh, that's rough. So I started in like 1 week span. I started a Christmas lighting company. Right, I got on Zen Business and got my LLC and EIN and whatever else. Once I knew the name was available, I got on Vistaprint and printed off a bunch of yard signs. Um, and then like went to the bank that same day and set up a business bank account. And we were rocking and rolling on the lights. Which at this time, again, I'd been doing this for like not even a year. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to market this. I was just gonna put signs out and hopefully get some calls. And I did, I don't know, maybe a dozen, 15 jobs, whatever. It was all right. Nothing crazy. I like scraped by between the windows and the lights. I was like, "Oh, we can make it through the winter." Um kept cleaning the next year. Everything went well. Did the lights again, but my second year in the lights, I had a local guy reach out. I had met him while we were both bidding the same job. This homeowner invited us both over at the same time, which I've never ran into that kind of I can't think of a good PG word to call it. I've never ran into anybody that would do something like that since. And we started talking, and he's like, he was an older guy. He's like, hey, you want to buy my accounts? I'm like, yeah, yeah. Uh, which on one end, that was a absolutely great move. On the other end, they were priced a lot lower than even I was, like as a first year person doing this. Uh, and so I'm like, yeah, you know. But in the small town I live in, I'm south of the city, right? A lot of the city guys don't really come down here, and he did quite a few homes in the area, and so I got all those. People would get on the Facebook groups. Who does Christmas lights? And they'd all be like tagging him in it, and he'd just be, "Hey, call Tommy." And so it worked out really well. We went from like a dozen houses to 60 that year. I was like, "Oh, let's go!" And I think I only kept like 20 of his jobs. Uh, so that worked out. I like kind of cornered the market in my small town. Small town. Um, and then kept cleaning. The cleaning was doing all right. The issue I had with the cleaning though is I would be busy, but I wouldn't be able to stay busy. You know, April, May, I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm tuckered out. I cannot fit in another job. I need to hire." I would hire, and then a couple months later, I'd just be like scraping together work weeks, uh, which I really wasn't a fan of. I hated it. It was so stressful. It was so much more stressful trying to like look out for somebody and keep them paid than it was like, oh yeah, you know, I ain't got a whole lot going on today. Um, I don't know, somewhere between me living at home and me now in the story, I moved out, moved into a absolutely terrible, crappy home. The rent was cheap, and it does for now. I'm still in it. Um, but year 3, we kept trucking on the lights. It went well enough. I mean, really no complaints. I got up to maybe 120 homes, I think. And it was at the end of that year that I was like, this was last year. It was at the end of that year that I was like, oh man, this is hard to go back to window cleaning, right? Like getting just raked over the coals over $200 jobs, when to go from making 3 or 4,000 a day to people like, oh, 200, that's kind of expensive. I was like, this is gonna be a hard transition, and it was. Uh, but at that time, I had like a good Google page together and kind of had my stuff in line. Nice newer equipment that I bought with Christmas lighting money. Uh, and I kind of killed it last year as a solo guy. And I hired someone part time, and he was killing it. I could go send him out to do his thing, and he'd do well at it. And things kind of came together a little bit last year. Uh, and I just decided to go and ruin it all. Like, hey, let's buy a trash can cleaning truck. Stupid idea. Stupid idea. Anyways, fast forward to the next Christmas lighting season, which was last season, right? Like just a couple months ago. In my book, right? You can have different versions of killing it in your book, but in my book, we killed it. I had someone working in the office, answering calls, sending invoices, doing the whole shebang, asking for reviews, and oh, that was another thing is last fall I separated my cleaning pages from my lighting pages. So I got a new Google profile, new website, new all that. Because I kind of had a feeling like, oh, if this goes well, I may not be cleaning anymore. and it went well. Like, okay, I don't want to like say this to be like, this is how I make $1,000 a day. Uh, but I made. So I work full time at a fire department. Oh, I guess I forgot that in the story too. I got hired at a fire department a few years ago. Um, I work full time, right? I get an average of 56 hours a week. It just depends on what days fall on when I'm working. Uh, but with me hanging part time and my other part time guy, uh, we did like $90,000 in 6 weeks, and I was like, what? And that like flipped the switch on me because I think I made like 75,000 cleaning windows, mainly on my own, mainly part time. I'm like, dude, why am I fighting like hell for $10,000 months when we just had a $60,000 month? Like, let's just double down on this. Let's finally learn from my past mistakes. No more trash can cleaning, no more stupid stuff that I don't know if it works. Like, I know this works. Let's double down on it. Uh so that's what I did. I sold the window cleaning company, I entered a like really just a referral partnership. I met with this other local company and I was like, "How about I just send you my customers and I get 30%." He goes, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay." And then I'll keep my Google page and everything and I'll send you all my leads and I'll keep 15%. He's like, "Okay." So that's what we're doing, right? I'm making it's not super great money, mainly cuz I kind of gave up on it. I'm texting my customers after I stop this recording. Um but I've been focused on other stuff. This is like the first time since graduation where I haven't just been running my rear end into the ground. And it's kind of been hard. It's been hard to like be productive some days when there's nothing that's urgent and needs done now, right? Like I hadn't told anybody, yeah, I'll be there at 8 on Tuesday. Uh so it's just hard. It's very hard, especially cuz I'm like a busybody, right? And so when I don't have anything to do, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna screw off all day. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I did nothing. I did a bunch of stuff, but I didn't do anything. Uh, but anyways, we got rid of a lot of the cleaning. We're selling all the equipment. Um, Hopefully going into next year full force with a bunch of cash in the bank to really blow things up. Another thing too is the hiring. Last year we were cleaning windows like early October and I was trying to stop it. I was like doing my best. I'm like, guys, no, we're really not taking customer. And I ended up giving away a ton of work. I didn't have any agreements in place. I didn't really care. It would have lost me more money if I spent the time finding people to send the work to versus just telling them like, no. Uh you know, oh well, I guess. Live and learn. Now I got a lot more time. I'll be able to hire better. I'll be able to actually get stuff in place that needs to be in place. Um yeah. So now we're the full-time sales boy here. I've been looking for referral partners as to number one. Uh I think referral partners are going to be huge for me because it's such a seasonal business. A lot of people slow down in the wintertime, landscapers, lawn mowers, cleaning companies, uh, what else? Like gutter installers and roofers, even. Uh, I've been calling them up. Hey, do you do lights? No. Do you want to? We've thought about it. We've been mulling it around for a few years. Well, how about this? I'll take it off your plate. You don't even have to do it. You just offer it to your customers, I'll handle it from there, and I'll get you a commission on it. And a lot of them have been pretty interested in that. Another thing. Oh, this was a huge thing. This was a huge thing. My wreaths and garland. I think I mentioned this in another video, probably, maybe, I don't know. I have like 800 Christmas wreaths. This company in St. Louis was changing all their stock over from the Woodland Blend to the stuff that's got the pine cones and berries. And so I got like 800. I did the math. It's like 800 wreaths and like pieces of garland. I don't know what to call them. Wreaths and garlands. They're all different sizes, like 24 inches up to 72-inch wreaths. And then just regular 9-foot garland. It's all lit, all the, they were using it. And they were just like, yeah, we just need room. We're changing our stock. And so I got them for like $15 a piece on average. I'm like, whew. Which, again, I only do like 160, 170 houses as of now. So it's like, I got, take all my jobs, multiply them by 4, and put wreaths on there. That's how many, like, it's hard to comprehend how much I'm going to have to sell to get rid of all this stuff. But I can offer greenery cheaper than anyone in Kansas City, which is kind of a nice feeling. It's given me a pretty good marketing deal. I've been hunting down HOA partnerships. Hey, yeah, let's put garland on your front entry monuments and we'll do it for free. Just put us in the newsletter. Had a couple interested parties on that. And then door hangers. I think I have a short about my door hanger. I got 10,000 of these just for someone to say, where is it? Hey, that too needs an extra O. Gosh, dang it. But anyways, right, just instant quote door hangers, nothing crazy to where I can actually write quotes into these. I know that's backwards on your screen, but I mean, if you're that interested, take a picture and take a screenshot and rotate it, whatever. But I'll be putting those out to hit the residential. I've been cold calling a few commercial properties, and again, I'm just not a fan of that type of stuff. But it's been good. It's been crazy. It's been busy. I see a lot of people my age getting married and having kids, and I'm still here. I'm still here slanging the lights. But it's been good. It's good. It's been good. I can't complain. I think I've learned more than I would have getting a formal education. I know I've definitely made more money than I would have if I went to college. And I would project that will continue upward. Yeah. It's been good. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe.